ఏ కరెంట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నట్టు బాబు.
Oh my god, welcome back everybody to a new video. Today we're going to be looking at the top people who accidentally crashed planes for like movies or like, I don't know, for some other random reason. But this is not going to be very many, probably top 4 because that first one was funny as heck. But yeah, let's enjoy this videos. Let's get on with the first one.
Tragedies over the weekend, 3 killed in 3 separate accidents. ABC's Barbara Pinto has the latest from Chicago. And Barbara, this video is so disturbing to see, and there are so many new questions this morning about the safety of these shows.
There are, George. It has been a terrible and tragic weekend. These air shows are incredibly popular. 12 million people go to them every year, children and families. They come for the drama and the thrill. And in the past 2 days, a string of 3 deadly accidents. It was a stunt without a safety net gone horribly wrong. At this Michigan air show, veteran wing walker Todd Green lost his footing, tumbling 20 stories to the ground.
The plane was so low you could see his shirt actually shaking, and you could see like it was just too windy.
And there's those of us that have a real passion for it and put all that we have into it, and Todd was one of those people.
Fellow wing walker and pilot Kyle Franklin lost his father, his wife, and now his best friend to this gravity-defying sport. Todd Green leaves a wife and son. Green
May I point out the fact that this did not look comfy. 27 stories, I could be wrong, I'm not sure if I said that right, but holy Jesus, that was high. Now, we didn't actually see the plane crash, but that alone was pretty tragic. I'm not sure anymore. We're only going to do a couple more. All in all, I think you should either have a parachute on, some sort of safety rope, like if you do fall, or just don't be stupid and walk on the wing of a plane, especially like that kind of plane. But I would know. I know stuff. Unless you're playing TFS. If you want to walk on wings, then go right ahead. But anyway, let's get on with the next video.
Pressure, temperature, and moisture for the accident's location on the day of the crash. The figures show that while the aircraft was physically located at an elevation of 6,370 feet, the air around it was as thin as that found at 9,167 feet on a standard day. In other words, compared with a cooler day at a lower altitude, the engine of this aircraft had less air to mix with fuel. It put out less power, while the propeller moved less air and produced less thrust. Meanwhile, the wings produced less lift for any given speed over the ground. In practice, that means the aircraft needed more land to get to speed and more speed to create lift, all the while working with less available power. It means it was harder for the aircraft to start to fly. Assuming that the pilot was attempting to climb, this particular aircraft appears strained at best and unwilling at worst. Whatever the cause, this was the result. All 4 men involved in this accident walked away. Early reports state that the pilot suffered the worst injury, including a broken jaw. Shown in slow motion, you can get a sense of how the airframe absorbed energy. Each impact with a tree lessens the amount of energy left for the final impact with the ground. The occupants were lucky. Once over the trees, there was very little the pilot could do. If faced with low airspeed and rising terrain, a turn was out of the question. At that point, riding it in might have been their best and only option.
That did not look comfortable either. I mean, that one was like, dude, I was like gagging. That looked so bad. But I do have one thing to say. Now this could have caused broken legs, possibly broken arms, depending on the way you land. But like, that could have easily been casualties, like that plane crash. Even though they say no one got hurt, like that could have easily been fatal. I would have, like, they were flying relatively close to the ground, and they said it wouldn't climb, so it was slowly descending while they were going down. With or without a parachute, I would have opened the door and bailed out. I mean, maybe you can try to use something to act as a parachute, possibly, but it's unlikely. You can always try, like, I guess blanket sheets or something. Or if you do have parachutes on board, good for you. But the engine's in the front of the plane on the nose cone, so that's really not something we have to worry about at that point. But like, either way, feet first, and I'd have my feet like tipped forward so I wouldn't tumble and break my neck. I would have bailed out. I would have pushed the yoke a little bit forward, get closer to the ground, pull back the throttles, and bail. I'm done at that point. Like, there's no saving that plane. But, yeah, let's move on to the last one. I'm sorry, you're dead. There is no way, like, you survived that. He full-on rammed that thing, that building, and plus he was on the side, so he should have gotten squished or stabbed or something. But then again, he was still kind of going at a slow speed because, well, he was going landing speed because he was landing, and the same with the last plane that crashed. I would have bailed out as well. I mean, that time you might have done a tumble or something for a couple meters, but that you might get a couple bruises and scratches, but I would have survived that and been able to stand up and walk away. I mean, my plane wouldn't, but screw the plane at that point. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. This wasn't the best video ever, like the kids who flew planes before video, but I'm working on new video ideas. Well, anyways, thank you for watching. Bye, guys.